The biggest lie ever told isn't about politics, religion, or history. It's about who you are. Right now, you believe you're completely separate from everyone else. You have your own thoughts, your own body, your own problems. But what if quantum physics has just broken this illusion completely? What if there is only one consciousness in the entire universe? What if separation is a complete illusion? What if you, me, your neighbor, even your worst enemy are all expressions of the same single awareness? Here's what's fascinating. Modern science suggests this ancient possibility. For over 200 years, scientists have done experiments that challenge our understanding of reality. What this might mean could change how you see everything forever. If you're ready to explore the most important question about existence, keep watching. Because what you're about to consider might change your entire worldview and transform how you relate to every person you meet. The double-slit experiment raises everything we think we know into question. When you fire a single electron through two slits, it somehow passes through both slits at the same time until you observe it. The moment consciousness observes the electron, it behaves like a particle. Before observation, it exists as a wave everywhere at once. This isn't theory. This is repeatable, observable fact that's been verified thousands of times. Consider what this might mean. What if consciousness directly affects physical reality? But here's an even deeper question. If consciousness can influence matter, and if quantum connection shows particles remain connected regardless of distance, what if everything in the universe is connected by one underlying field? Scientists call it the quantum vacuum. Ancient traditions called it consciousness itself. Your cell phone demonstrates this daily. How does it work without wires when you're traveling at 100 kilometers per hour in your car? The wave carrying your voice exists everywhere at the same time. What if the same electromagnetic field that connects your call to another country is the same field connecting your consciousness to every other being? When scientists study light from distant stars, they find waves larger than shopping center parking lots, reaching Earth from billions of years away. Yet at the deepest level, what if it's all one wave showing up as different frequencies? What if everything is one wave? Not a wave from this dimension. What if above our reality lies the wave that carries information faster than light itself? What if this great wave is what consciousness actually is? What if this single wave is one unified consciousness? What if everything that exists in this universe and all other universes is one wave? What if nothing exists outside this wave? Because if something existed outside, there would already be two things. It would be dual. But what if it's not dual? What if it's one thing, one consciousness organizing itself inward? But if we are all one, why does separation feel so real? Imagine you are an infinite, all-knowing wave of pure consciousness. You are perfect, complete, and have everything. What would be your motivation to do anything, to create, to experience, to grow? Zero motivation. You would just exist forever. So this single consciousness had to break itself into pieces. It created the illusion of separation by covering each spark of itself with what we call ego, a temporary identity that forgets its true nature. Your ego believes you are separate, so you will have experiences, face challenges, create relationships, and grow. It is like cosmic forgetting designed for evolution. Look at your body. Billions of people, each with unique fingerprints, faces, voices. Even your eye patterns are different. Governments give you numbers, names, classifications. Everything reinforces the illusion that you are separate. When someone asks who you are, you immediately list your name, job, nationality, preferences, and endless numbers. You hold on to the idea that you are someone with complete determination. Without this identity, your ego feels like it would die instantly. All sense of self-importance lives in this phantom called the individual self. But quantum physics suggests something mystics always wondered about. Perhaps beneath the appearance of separation lies an unbreakable unity. Consider this possibility. A mental conditioning has happened over thousands of years to make the entire world population see everything as separate. This allows exploitation, violence, and torture of others because they appear to be other than yourself. But quantum mechanics suggests there might be no separation. When you begin to understand that everything could be one wave, one consciousness dividing itself, war becomes impossible. because you realize you would be fighting yourself. Understanding unity with your mind is not enough. You must feel it. Here is how you might know you are experiencing unity. First, constant joy. Not happiness that comes and goes, but deep joy that never leaves. If your emotions constantly go up and down, you are probably stuck in ego, not connected to something bigger. Second, love without limits. Love that reaches everyone and everything, even those who seem against you. When you consider that consciousness might be one, everything could change. You cannot truly hurt another without hurting yourself. Competition could become cooperation. Your enemy might be another version of you having a different experience. Every relationship becomes a meeting between the same consciousness wearing different faces. In business, this means your worker, your competitor, and your customer might all be expressions of the same source. When you operate from separation, you create conflict. When you operate from unity, you create abundance. Every healing method that works uses this idea, seeing the perfect wholeness that exists beneath illness or problems. The divine spark within every person cannot have any disease, any lack, any problem. When you see only this perfection in others, change becomes possible. There might be two centers within every human being: your ego with its name, numbers, and personal story. Alongside this ego might exist another center that truly runs everything. This could be who you really are, a divine self that never suffers, never lacks, never dies. Most people live their entire lives knowing only the ego, never finding their possible true nature. When enough people awaken to this possibility, everything on earth could transform. This is not wishful thinking. This could be evolution in action. Quantum mechanics is spreading this understanding, whether people resist it or not. You can explore it now and grow consciously, or wait for life to force the questions. Every day, you choose. Will you operate from separation or explore unity? Will you compete or cooperate? Will you see others as threats or as reflections of yourself? Consider this idea. You might not just be connected to universal consciousness. You might be it, experiencing itself through your unique view. Every choice you make either strengthens separation or reveals unity. The moment you consider that there might be only one consciousness, your life could change completely. When humanity finally remembers we might be one, we could stop fighting ourselves. We could start creating the world we all want. The time for this great questioning is now. The question is whether you will explore early or resist what might have always been here. We might be one consciousness exploring itself through billions of separate forms. The game of separation could be ending. The age of unity consciousness might be beginning. Your role in this change starts with questioning who you really are beneath the temporary mask of your individual identity.